I'm Graham. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 11 of our Hot Laps Bathurst 1000 specials. And today we're concentrating on car 888, which is a Craig Lownes Jamie Wincup car from 2019. It's a Holden Commodore, and this is in the era of Red Bull. The Holden dealer team era is past, and we're now firmly ensconced in the Red Bull team. This happens to be Craig Lownes' last Bathurst as a full-time driver. So they did a special livery for him, and I think it was supposedly going to be the last time the number 888 was run. It was certainly the last time it was run in the normal season in the championships, but the wild cards that Lownes has been involved in have all run the 888 number up until now. So they started this race, I believe, on pole position or very close there too, and led for late in the race. They were leading with 10 laps to go. They decided to pit for a splash and go. They came in, got their drop of fuel, pulled out, and then there was an accident and the safety car was called, and they didn't require the extra fuel, and it dropped them down the order enough that they weren't in contention for the win. I think, let me just have a look at my records here. I think fourth was where they ended up at that particular time. So but they were both very accomplished drivers at this stage. So Jamie had won 7 championships by this stage, and 4 Bathursts under his belt when it came to this race. And as I say, they finished 4th at this particular time. So it wasn't too bad an effort, but if they'd have had 20/20 hindsight, they would have seen the safety car coming out, and they would have not come in for that fuel and would have won the race probably. The Red Bulls had a very, very long and successful career as the Holden leading team, but as of next year they'll be going back to Ford. So goodbye so long, and thanks for all the fish. That's the end of them. Now let's have a close look at this car. And one thing I didn't notice until I took it out of the box, because this is one of those shelf queens that I bought, and it sat there on the shelf, never been out of its box, but it's got some road grime around the wheel arches. Yeah, so Scalextrics were going for that pre-raced look on the car. I must admit I was very, very disappointed when I took this car out of the box, because it's a beautiful looking car, and I love everything about it, but I put it on the track to do a couple of warm-up laps. 2 laps in, it died, and that was it. I haven't been able to get the motor to go again, and I can't find a short. I just don't know what's wrong with it, so I had to strip the chassis out of another Commodore and put it in this one to run, so I could run these laps. But so it's still unroadworthy at the moment, so I don't know what the problem with it is, but I'm just not overly impressed with that from Scalextric, I must admit. This special livery that they came up with for Lownes' final race as a full-time driver is very striking. The red and white stripes on the roof, the mainly white, and then red accents and black bonnet. I must admit I love a white car, so it really resonated with me that it was such a nice car. But so we'll have a look underneath. This one is digital ready, so it's a later car than the previous ones. It's an angle winder again, and that was the other thing I found with this one too, was that the crown gear was slipping on the axle. So even if the motor went, it wasn't going to be going very fast. So yeah, straight out of the box, it was a big disappointment. But yeah, all standard Scalextric fare, this one. But as I say, it was a very nice looking car. All right, we'll put it on the track and give it a run with its borrowed chassis and see how it goes. Well, there we go. Episode 11's finished, and yeah, a nice car, but a pity about the problems with it from direct out of the box. I'm not really happy about that, but eventually it ran reasonably well around the track, and so we finally got a time, so that's good. But it wasn't as fast as I expected it to be. Yeah, I'm disappointed in the timing, because it was one of my favourite cars, so I thought, you know, I hoped that it would do well for me, but no, not as well as we could have hoped anyway. The time I did was the best I could wring out of it was an 8.760, which is going to put it fairly way down the board, I think, so let's find a spot for it. 8.760 is right there below. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 out of 11 so far. So it's only 5 below it. Anyway, that's the way it goes. We've got one more Commodore to run to see if that'll redeem them for us. And so if you like this sort of content, please like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you again in the next day or so.